99.3 The Vine. Well, good morning. It's not quite afternoon, and I got a surprise for you. Our first live audience in the studio with us right now, Greg Rahn? Did I get it right? How do you pronounce your last name?
Ron, you got it
Ron,
right.
I got it. See, you spell it cool, but I got a hold of that one. Well, thanks for being here.
Happy to be here. Yeah. Some people think I have two first names, so that's how that goes.
Yeah, but when you see how it's spelled, Ron looks like a last name if you see the H.
Yes,
but
the
if
H
you
is in
don't,
there.
it would definitely be a Billy Bob kind of thing. But hey, it worked for Billy Bob,
Yes,
so I wouldn't worry about the two first names. So you're going to be playing down at the Napa Sport and Steakhouse in September, but somehow we got you in here early.
Yes.
So are
It's
you
a beautiful
local?
thing. Yes, I live in American Canyon.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Local love.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, a little bit, let's see, about me. Let's see. I moved out here to California back in the early 80s from Connecticut.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I grew up there and moved out here in the 80s and started freelancing and playing gigs and things. And over the years, I've played with a lot of different people, a lot of different styles. You know, played Latin jazz with Pete Escovedo, played blues right now with a guy named Chris Kane, who's a pretty big blues guitar star all over the world.
Yeah.
Bigger all over the world than he is even here. So it's interesting.
I know the name.
Yeah, you know the name.
Yeah, I
Okay,
know Chris
good.
Kane, yeah.
So that's kind of my main gig, and then I freelance with a lot of other people, and I've got my own band too, where I do a lot of New Orleans style roots piano-based music, from Dr. John and Professor Longhair and stuff like that.
Nice.
So,
Yeah, I heard you mentioning that earlier, and I went, Dr. John, are you going to give us any Dr. John this morning? Or,
Yes,
that's right in
yes.
my lane. So
Cool.
but it's up to you. Do you want to just give us one now? We'll get started.
Sure.
You're going to hang out with us for a while, right?
Yeah, we'll hang out for sure. And I think maybe a good thing to start with is Dr. John's first boogie that he learned. I mean, everybody knows he recently passed June 6th. He
Right.
passed away, so we've lost another great New Orleans musician. But he gave us so much. And we'll start off with the Texas boogie, since that was the very first one he ever learned.
Nice one. I guarantee it. That was good. I can see everybody's happy on the outside of the fishbowl too. Wow. So you've been doing this forever, haven't you?
Well, I've been playing piano since I was 10. I was actually a guitar player first, and then it was my mom who convinced me to try the piano. I said, I'm not trying that thing. My sister plays that instrument. It's a girl's instrument. I'm not touching it. And she said, I'll make a deal with you. You try it for 3 weeks with this new teacher we found in the neighborhood, and if you still don't like it, you don't have to continue. So I tried it for 3 weeks, and that became
And you said, wait
forever.
a minute, every rudimentary note comes off of this piano. Theory all starts on the keys, right?
It does. And, I tell you, man, after going from guitar, where you're all about, voicings and frets and things, right?
Right.
And then you look at the piano and you go, well, this is so easy. It's all right here in front of me. All the notes, all the octaves, I can see everything I'm doing.
Exactly.
Whereas guitar is more of kind of a braille thing, right? You're feeling and pressing things. And
It's a feel. Yeah, it's more of
Yeah.
a feel. But no, we all start. The piano is where you learn theory. I mean, the keys lay it out for you.
yeah, and they're really easy to visualize. So
Well,
that's cool.
it shows you've been playing for a while. So when you come down to Napa Sport and Steak, what are you going to be doing there?
What I'm going to do there is a bunch of the roots piano New Orleans stuff I described earlier. So it'll be a bunch of music that I wrote in that style on an album that I'm working on right now, and then covers of stuff from Dr. John and Professor Longhair and musicians like that, and a lot of Boogie Woogie.
Nice.
So it'll be fun for dancing and things. And yeah, it's just a style. I got into it in the 90s. I saw Dr. John, and I went, holy cow, man, this guy... The stuff he makes the piano sound
Phenomenal.
like an orchestra.
Yeah.
And he's part of it is physically able to reach, a 10th rather, and he can walk tenths with his left hand and then put chords in between. So his left hand alone is half the orchestra, and then the right hand, of course, adds all this stuff you hear. So
Yeah,
it's
the
a
right
huge
hand is
sound.
the fun stuff.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is he started as a guitar player. And he was doing records, Professor Longhair records, all these hit records at Cosimo Matassa's studio in New Orleans when he was a teenager. And then he was out on the road and he was defending one of his bandmates. He took this young guy on the road, and his kid's mom said, "You better take care of him. Don't let him get any trouble."
Yeah.
So there was an altercation. The kid was looking at getting possibly shot by another guy. Dr. John stepped in, put his finger over the gun.
Really?
And took the bullet. Yeah, and it was his fourth finger in his left hand. So that
Wait,
finger,
I did not know this story. Hold on. Dr. John put his finger on the gun to stop the bullet?
Yes.
I thought he was like doing the don't shoot, but he blocked the gun with his hand.
it with his hand. Yes.
And the guy
saved
fired.
The guy fired it off, and he actually had to have his fourth finger sewn back on.
Well, yeah.
So if you look closely in the videos, you can see it's deformed. And when you watch him play, it's kind of there along for the ride because all the other fingers are doing the work.
And that one's just kind of hanging out.
Just kind of hanging out there, you know. And
well, as I live and breathe, we're sitting here learning new things about Dr. John after his passing. I did not know that. That's fantastic. I love new stuff. Well, now I'm going to have to review the videos on YouTube. All right, well, let me play one more. You want to hang out for us? We'll come back after the top of the hour and do another one?
Definitely.
Okay, let's get back into the music. We'll be back with Greg Rahn.